What's up YouTube? Dash to Collect here, back with another discussion video. Today we'll be doing something a bit different. We'll be doing a video where I let you guys know how to tell between a reprint, an OG, and any other print that comes in between. So, for today's video, I picked out a couple of cards to show you guys, and basically, the reason why I'm making this video is I've seen on Instagram and a couple other places where, you know, I feel like not a lot of people have the most information to differentiate between OG print, legacy print, and the prints that come in between that. So basically, I'll be letting you guys know all the different prints that obviously was created for the first 11 sets, or six sets were reprinted as legacy sets. And those 6 sets are Legend of Blue Eyes White Dragon, LOB, Metal Raiders, MRD, Spell Rulers, SRL, Pharaoh's Servant, PSP, Dark Crisis, DCR, and Invasion of Chaos, IOC. So those 6 sets have a legacy print, which basically means that they reprinted those sets in 2012, 2014, and 2017. If you ever see an LOB booster pack at your local Walmart or your Target, almost always you will never ever find an OG booster pack there. You will always find a legacy print booster pack there, because those companies who sell through Walmart, they get a lot of these booster packs from, obviously Konami do print them, but they do not sell booster boxes of LOB. They don't sell booster boxes of these legacy sets. They are kind of created to sell for mystery power boxes and any other products that I believe the company is called MJ Holdings, and they create these products that have, you know, mystery Konami products or mystery Pokemon products, all in between, like Magic, any other TCG products they're involved in. And basically for Yu-Gi-Oh, they created these legacy packs that people remember from back in the day, and everyone have very fond memories of, to kind of boost the sales for Yu-Gi-Oh at least. And I believe none of the other, you know, obviously for Pokemon there was XY evolutions, but there was never a base set reprint, or, you know, jungle reprint or fossil reprint. You know, those didn't really ever exist. So I think Yu-Gi-Oh is one of the few TCG products that kind of fall in that category of where you might have an old card, but it might not be old at all. It might be very recently printed. So I picked out a few cards that were, you know, that I can show you guys in question to kind of show you the difference between an OG print and any other prints in between. So let's go through them one by one. So we're gonna go ahead, let me pull out the first one I want to show y'all, is this one's here. So we have 3 different Fairy Meteor Crushes here. Basically, one, as y'all see, is a first edition Fairy Meteor Crush. This one, obviously, it's the first ever printed Fairy Meteor Crush in Yu-Gi-Oh history. So basically, that one is going to be a first edition print. So whenever you're looking for an OG print, you want to always look at your card and look at a first edition, because the OG print, no matter what, will always have the same text box and same like name, picture, everything will be the same. If it's an OG print, the card will be exactly the same except first edition. That's the only thing you need to remember. Basically, for OG, it has to be printed from 2002 and 2003. For it to be an OG print, it means that it's originally printed from those sets right after, and not in a reprint tin, not in a reprint like a reprint legendary collection, master collection, anything like that. Those don't count as OG. OG only means if it was printed from the booster same time frame when the booster box was released. So as y'all can see, Magic card is going to be written for the first 7 sets up to Pharaonic Guardians. They will always have Magic card. Then when MFC hit, Magician's Force, we changed to spell. So all the magic cards are going to say spell now. But as y'all can see, this Pharaoh's Servant, Fairy Meteor Crush, says spell. So that is a key indicator that this one is already not going to be OG. But there's also another thing you need to take a look at when you're looking at these cards, because there are a few other prints. So for this Fairy Meteor Crush, the first thing we need to take a look at is going to be the Eye of Anubis down here. And let me see if I can catch it. Obviously this one won't be catching what I want to show, as in there should be stars in the Eye of the Anubis, and I'll try to show you guys that in a later card. But when you don't see the stars in the Eye of Anubis, you can automatically say that this card, you know, it's not an OG, so it's not 2002, not 2003, but you can automatically say it is not a 2014 or 2012, 2014, or 2017 print from the legacy packs, because it doesn't have the stars down there. If it any of your legacy prints that I mentioned, the 6 legacy sets that I mentioned, has stars in the bottom of the Eye of Anubis, I'm sorry, it doesn't matter who told you that they had it since they were a kid, it is reprinted. So when it is reprinted, the legacy packs, in my opinion, should be worth less than OG Unlimited, and obviously OG Unlimited are worth less than the first edition. So I think a lot of people kind of get duped in the sense that they buy reprint cards thinking that they're original, like old cards, but at the end of the day, you need to look at the name and the exact same card to make sure it's the right print. Because for magic cards, it's very easy to see spell, and you're like, bam, it's not 2002, not 2003, it's older. And sorry I went on a tangent, but when you don't see a star, this print is actually going to be a 2010 print. And the reason why I know this is because there was only, before the legacy packs, there was only 2 different times Konami had printed these reprints, and the reprints were in 2005 in a Master Collection set, and in 2010 in the Legendary Collection set. So this card specifically will be 2010, this card will be 2002, and this card will be 2002, but first. So that is for magic cards, and obviously that's kind of easy to tell. We will show you guys now a reprint from the legacy packs, and you will see the Eye of Anubis down here if I can catch it on cam. There we go. There we go. There, you guys see the stars light up? On the Eye of Anubis, you will usually see 3 little stars, and you need to shine it in a specific angle, as you guys can see right there. Those stars that show up in the Eye of Anubis. That means it's a legacy print. It doesn't matter, like, you know, which one it is, 2012, 2014, 2017, they all will have the star, and they'll all be printed the same way. So, that is the easiest way to tell if one is a reprint from the legacy packs, if one is from the 2010 print, one's from 2002, and one is from the first edition 2002. So the one in between that we're missing, I will show y'all, is this card right here. So when you look at the prefix, when you see LOBEN, a lot of people think when you see the EN prefix, that means that it's a European card, or it was printed, you know, in Europe because it has English as a prefix. It actually isn't the case. And if you notice that only for for the first 6 sets, and only for the first 6 sets, you will be able to see the code from LOB, MRD, MRL, PSV, or not MRL, maybe SRL, PSV, LON, and LOB in EN form, which means they are printed in 2005 in the Master Collection. I'll pop up a picture of the Master Collection where you can get all the booster packs from there. So this card is specifically from that. So as y'all can see, there are 5 different printings that you can collect technically. You can get a legacy print, which has stars in the Eye of Anubis. You can get a 2010 print, which won't have the star in the Eye of Anubis, but will be changed. The wordings will be changed. And sometimes the wordings won't be changed at all. As you can see, this Fairy Meter Crush actually has the exact same word-for-word description in the box, which is kind of surprising to me. The prefix with the EN behind it is 2005. Anything that is OG that has the exact same print as the original first edition is going to be 2002, and obviously the first edition is 2002. So, just going to show you guys a couple of more things that I think is interesting to see. This is another Invasion of Chaos card here. One is a reprint and one is an OG print. And if you guys take a look, can you guys tell me just by looking at it which one is an OG and which one is a reprint? And if you guys pick the right side as the OG, you're wrong. The left side is actually the OG here, and the right side is the reprint. And the reason obviously we know this is because if we look at the down spot down here, you will see stars in the Eye of the Anubis. And just for the sake of the video, let's go ahead and show it. There you go, the Eye of the Anubis down there. And this one, even if we shine it in whatever angle, there will not be stars in the Eye of Anubis in this one. And if you look at the text box, I can pop up a first edition print, which I don't have to because it will be the same text box as this one here. But if you look at the text box, the first words of the text box says for the reprint, while this card. And if you look at the OG print, it says as long as this card. And another thing you need to look at is look at how the sentences end. You see the bottom one, the OG print ends, the sentence ends around the 1900 where the 9 is. And then for the legacy print, you see the points end where the A is. So make sure to read the text box. You know, if you aren't able to get a good picture of the Anubis, say you're buying this card off of eBay, you're buying it off of, you know, a person who's selling it, and you don't kind of want to ask them if you know the difference between OG and legacy. Personally, I don't like letting them know the difference between OG and legacy, because at that point then they think that OG should be worth more, which it should be, but I don't want to kind of, I don't know the right way to say this is, but just have better information just for yourself. So basically when you look at the description, just look at every little fine detail. Something, if something is off, it is not OG. And let's go ahead and show you a couple of more things. So, something cool from SRL. Obviously, Magic Ruler is one of the sets that's gonna just be a walk in the park for you. If you're a new collector, Magic Ruler, if you see MRL, it's OG. It's just simple as that. There was no Magic Ruler reprint. When they reprinted Magic Ruler, they instantly called it Spell Ruler. So they became Spell, SRL. But there is one exception to this rule. In 2002, 2003, in one of the BPT 10s, they released Magic Ruler packs, but they have the word Spell on top. So some people think that they see this, they see Magic Ruler, and they see the spell, and they're like, this is a misprint. They start going crazy. Yo, like I have a crazy misprint. It says Magic Ruler, but it says spell. It's literally just from the tin, and only the Magic cards are going to say that. So just wanted to let you guys know, if you see a Magic Ruler with spell, that is nothing special. I'm sorry to burst your bubble, but it is a normal card that you just pulled from a tin. And basically, as y'all can see, this black pendant has the Spell Ruler abbreviation down there, the Spell Ruler abbreviation, and you see the last sentence ends with life points, and then you see this Magic Ruler OG print ends with points. So you know right away this is not an OG, just because, you know, if you needed to do that double check between Magic Ruler and Spell Ruler. And then let's take a look at, and yeah, right there, if we can get it to shine in the right spot. There. You see the stars? What is this now? A legacy print. So, you know right away, this is 2012, 2014, 2017, not 2010, not 2005, not 2002. Giving you this little rundown gives you a better idea of what the difference between OG, Legacy, 05, 2010. There's a lot of different printings for these first 11 sets. And another thing that I've noticed a lot of people say is that, oh, you can just tell by the color. And let me tell you firsthand, the color does not mean anything. These are both OG print 7 Tools of the Bandit, but one, Metal Raiders is heavily known as one of the sets that has faded cards, and I will show you another faded card really soon. But this is one of the things people are like, just look at the color of the back of the card. That's how you know. It's so easy. It's not simple as that. You really need to know the fine details. You need to know the first edition print and compare it to that to know if it's really an OG print. So this is, you know, both OG print, but one is faded, one's not faded. And then I'll show y'all a Suijin. Once again, you're gonna say, oh, I know 100% this is OG just because it's faded. You would be right, this is OG. But this one also doesn't have the stars on the bottom. If you guys can see. Yep, no stars on the bottom. And if you look at the text box, they are different. So, this means, because it doesn't have the EN prefix behind it, which set is this one? 2010. So, I hope, like, me giving you all these examples is kind of giving you a better idea of what the difference between all these are. So, if you take a look at this Exodia, the Forbidden one, once again, you probably will be able to tell just by the way that the cards look. One just seems printed sooner, like the texture just seems a little bit off, and then one just seems like it's older. So once again, you will be able to kind of tell sometimes by the way that it looks, but not all the time is what I'm trying to say. And for this one, you can kind of tell it says an automatic victory on the top here, so you know that's an OG print. While this one says all this other stuff, and then it says on the bottom, you win the duel. So reprint, not reprint, and easy way to tell as well. Just, you know, like I said, look for the stars. If it doesn't have the stars, look for the description box, and if the description box is not the same, or it is the same, you can tell it's OG or 2010. And if it has EN, it's 2005. So, just gonna wrap up the video basically there. I hope that kind of helps you if you ever had trouble figuring out what card or what set or what specific time frame your card is from. And I hope some of you guys go ahead and look through your collection and find out which ones are OG and which ones not. So, hope you guys enjoyed it. Have a great day. Thanks, and peace.